5 years ago, I visited Wrocław, and the vlog's on my YouTube channel somewhere buried under all the videos I have. And I didn't even visit the Old Town. And so I'm back in Wrocław for a few hours, and we're here at the Old Town. And look at that majestic building just right there. As soon as we enter in the Old Town, that is the Ratusz, the city hall or something like that. And the same that you get in most Polish city old towns, some kind of council building. And yeah, I've literally just got here. I'm just exploring right now, and I'm liking the vibes. I'm liking that there's, you know, you got your Hard Rock over there, you got your Mackey's, you got your Dino, you got your Burger King, and then you've also got, like, look at the architecture over there. I don't even know what that building is. What the hell? There's like there's like a bridge in between two buildings. We'll have to go check that out in a bit. And then we've got, you know, Polish Bank and all this other stuff around here. I'm just liking the general vibe of this place. It's about the same size as Krakow's Old Town, I would say. But like, I don't even know, like with what feels more like Poznan architecture, just from looking at like the outside buildings and just having a very quick look. Although that building over there certainly isn't Poznan architecture, but I don't even know where that's from. But it's just like unique, I guess, to Wrocław. But yeah, welcome to the video. We're having a great time so far. I've just had a beer, and yeah, and then I just decided to start the video. I literally just got into Wrocław via the bus. Obviously, we're staying in Warsaw, but today I've taken the bus all the way to Kraków. I wanted to visit Kraków for a couple of hours just on my own without vlogging it. It was my third time in Kraków. But unlike the previous two times where I vlogged my journey, I didn't want to do that today. I just wanted to go to Kraków and enjoy the city just on my own. And man, what a beautiful city Kraków is. It really is so beautiful. And then from Kraków, we got the bus and we came all the way here to Wrocław. So it's like 5 p.m. without me even realizing how late the day's become, because, you know, I started this morning, I got up out of bed at 5 a.m. I got the bus like 6:30, and then, you know, did a few hours in Kraków, and now we're here in Wrocław. And man, this is beautiful. Look at this. I mention in pretty much every Polish video I do in the old towns, but look at the colors of the buildings and the architecture. It's just magnificent. And you turn around and we got this Sphinx. I've been to a Sphinx in Kraków, and so I imagine that must be a chain. It was like if I remember correctly, it was like Mexican food. Does it say on there? I think it's Mexican food if I remember correctly. I can't really remember. I think I must have had something Mexican. I just remember it being like Mexican vibes. What have we got here? You know, Warsaw Gnome. Not Warsaw, Wrocław. In Wrocław, not to be confused with Warsaw, it's a completely different vibe and city. In Wrocław, they have a load of these Wrocław gnomes everywhere, like in Gniezno and in a few other cities I've been to here in Poland. So I may come across, oh yeah, Zielona Góra had quite a few as well. I may come across random Wrocław gnomes as we walk around. I just had some food as well at the Hard Rock Cafe before I started this vlog. And the lovely gentleman in there told me he'd been living here for 20 years in Wrocław, and he says, to be honest, everything is around the main Old Town Square. He goes, when you go outside of the Old Town and some of the streets that come off, it's pretty much suburb. He says, so stick to the Old Town Square and explore the streets that come off the Old Town. But after that, there's not going to be much to explore. Because if you watch my video on the last time I came here in 2020, that was 5 years ago, then I literally came to Wrocław. I tried to visit a neon gallery, an outdoor neon gallery during the daytime, so that didn't work, obviously. And I'm not here during the night either. I'm going back before it turns dark, I think, so I won't be able to go back today. And then after that, I went to ride Wrocław cable cart, which was the title and thumbnail of that video. And so I didn't really find too much. And at that time, that was only like my second or third, I think my third Polish city I'd ever been to. So I wasn't really clued up on the whole like layout of everything and the Old Town Square vibe and everything. Now, I've been to, including little towns and villages and everything, I've been to about 45 different places in Poland. Like I say, everything from small towns and villages to hamlets to massive cities such as Warsaw and everything in between. So yeah, just looking around this Old Town Square, this is absolutely gorgeous. Look at this. This is a vibe. Look, everyone just enjoying themselves, having fun on this Friday night or evening. And yeah, just looking at the architecture there. Very nice, very beautiful. We've got a saxophone player over here who's about 104 years old. He's doing a good job right there. I would pay him some money, but I don't have any cash on me right now. And we've got, oh, look at this gorgeous water feature over here. Wow, wow. Yeah, check this out. I love a good old water feature, and Poland seems to have many, many good water features about. Look at that, they've even got their fake rocks that are kind of split in half and the water spurting out the middle. Wow. And over here we've got the Polish flag, we've got the EU flag, and we've got two random flags in the middle. Probably one is going to be a city flag and one may be the voivodeship flag. I'm just guessing with those two middle ones, I have no idea. Yeah, oh, you can see them better now. Look at those two middle ones in particular. I think the yellow one, pure yellow with the eagle, is the Wrocław flag, and then the one next to it might be the voivodeship, which is like the county or something like that. Oh wow, we've even got like, shit man, look at that architecture on these buildings as well. Look at this one over here. It literally looks like it's kind of protruding out with all of the columns, but it's like flat faced. When you take a second to look at it, you realize it's flat, but at least in person, I don't know how it's going to come across on camera. In person, it looks like all the people, all the columns are kind of like sticking out like 3D or something. We've got this beautiful one right here with all the blue strips. Wow, I'm just amazed by the constant being wowed, or I guess, or whatever, of the amazing architecture and craftsmanship of Polish old towns and the architecture in general. And we've got this view right here in front of me. Again, it's just every color you can imagine. Beautiful. And down here in the middle, past the flags, we've got the Ukrainian flag up there, and then we've also got the either Wrocław flag or the voivodeship flag. And now thinking maybe that's the Wrocław flag if it's flying up there alongside Ukraine. But whatever flag that is with the Ukrainian flag, we got those two up there. And then we got this middle alleyway down here as well, with a few more shops and bars and restaurants. As you can see here, every time you see this plaque, kind of with the red badge, the eagle, that's a very telltale sign that that is something to do with the council, the government, you know, that kind of thing. And you'll see this word a lot as well. Urząd Miejski Wrocławia, the council building of Wrocław, essentially. So they're the things to look out for. If you see a building with like that little plaque thing I just showed you with the eagle, then that's going to be some kind of governmental building, basically. There you see it again over here. Wow, but just down the middle here, we just got, as I say, like bars and restaurants. It's a bit too early, I think, for places to be properly open down here. But yeah, that's a little look around the old town. Just a very quick look around the old town. That's a very beautiful old town. Look, we got another gnome down here as well. I'll wait for these people to pass by. We got a gnome on a lion. Yeah, look at that, gnome on a lion. From photos I've seen and from things I've heard from people who have come to Wrocław, they're all over Wrocław, all over the city, not just the old town, not just a few street corners, they're all over. You can find them everywhere. I'm kind of surprised they're not kind of a little bit of a trip hazard, but I guess people are just not that dopey to trip over them in the first place. Well, not all that often anyway, at least. But yeah, that's just a little look around the outer edge and the middle of the old town. I'm loving the vibes right now. I've got to say, I wanted to come back and give Wrocław like a proper go and like a proper look around and see for sure like what I think of the city, because it's always been a big question mark over my head since my visit 5 years ago as to how much I actually enjoyed it, because the things I did were a bit not, I don't know, they just weren't the typical things you would do, I guess, when you come to any city. And it just felt like I spent a lot of time just looking around thinking, what do I do? But that's obviously because I didn't go to great areas. I just went to a cable cart. I think I saw the cable cart as like a thing to do and I just headed there, but then there's nothing else in the area to do because it's all university area. And he said I should have come here. But now, 5 years on, with all of my extra knowledge of Poland and the language and of architecture and probably not so much architecture, but at least my appreciation towards architecture and everything else involved. Over the last 5 years, I've developed a lot in terms of my ability to, you know, understand Polish and speak Polish and communicate, even though it's still a long way from being perfect. Even like 5 years ago, I would have struggled to say dziękuję or like to wszystko dobrze or whatever. Like, I just would have struggled to say anything at all in Polish. And you can kind of see that in those vlogs. If you watch those vlogs back, you can see that my pronunciation wasn't as great. You can see that, I don't know, just my level just really wasn't there, and I kept on having to speak to people in Polish. So over the years of like speaking, or over the years of like learning the language and like just finding more appreciation for travel, for architecture and everything else, I'm certainly appreciating this view right now like a million times more than I would have done 5 years ago when I first came to Wrocław. What a fantastic little old town square right here. And we're met with a handpan player right here. Look at this. I love handpans. I was standing there longer to get a bit more of a recording, but you know what they're like. They want to, you know, give you money, or they want you to give them money even. So I don't have money to give them. Unfortunately, I only have card, and even then I don't have money to give them. So quick little shot. I walk by, do my own thing. But wow, what a beautiful place. Honestly, I'm going back there in a bit to just kind of see it a little bit darker. Like I say, my bus is coming out of here, of this city, in a few hours. So I won't be able to see the full beauty at night when I'm sure it's all lit up and like, you know, even more standing out. But a minute ago, I saw this up here. It's like a couple of towers with like a bridge up there. And I genuinely haven't seen that before. I've only just walked to the Old Town, started this video after I had a bit of food and a drink from the Hard Rock, and then you know, and walked back. It looks like a church or something. I've only just walked into the city, and I've not even walked down this street. I walked down the adjacent street to get to there because the Hard Rock was kind of my go-to place. So I've not seen this yet. It is a church. You can now see from this side like a bit more the shape and whatnot. It's an interesting coloured building. Like the roof even, it's got a red and green, almost checkerboard, but not quite. Like, it's more like striped, but it's like staggered stripes. You see that? The red and green roof. That's really interesting. But as I say, right at the top, there's people on a bridge. I imagine it's a viewing deck platform thing. So let's go and check out to see if we can go up the church and look at Wrocław from above and see what there is to see. Dude, so like we're just at the entrance of the church right here. Not even got into the church. We found our third gnome already. This one's on a cool little motorbike. Harley Davidson and that. Yeah, check this boy out. Right, let's go in. Wow. Look at that. It's behind a gate, so I can't really show it any better than that. Got one of these coin machines that I've been collecting recently. You can see here is 18 złoty for a normal ticket. I need to get my card out. Nobody told me there was no lift. It's like, I've still got like 3 floors to climb. I've already climbed like 6 or 7, but as I say, 18 złoty, 3 quid or so. We're almost at the top there. There's a proper leg workout. It's not great after a beer. You can see that roof better now. No, we're up here. Look at that. I'm still bloody knackered from the stairs. There's the Old Town right behind us. There's everywhere else in Wrocław. Oh yeah, here's our 4th little gnome. Right behind me here we have the Old Town. It's not the greatest of time to come up, to be honest. It's windy, it's a bit rainy, but the Old Town is beautiful even from up above right here. Let me show you a little bit of expectations versus reality. So I'm on this bridge on my own, as you can see. Oh wait, no, of course it's a bit of a tourist attraction. So yeah, you pay, like it's only £3. It's all right for a little view. You do have to work for it though. You do have to climb up, and you know, you're knackered by the time you get up here. But it's a cool view. Like I say, you get to see the roof, the red and green roof a bit better, and you get to see like other areas of Wrocław. But this side isn't really anywhere near as great to look at as I say, this side here is just a lot nicer. So actually I was kind of wrong at the beginning. I said that this was the town hall, but obviously we realised that down here was a town hall, so this is more like a central church maybe or something. Not quite sure exactly. One incredible little view for £3.20 or so, I would estimate. So what was it? 18 zloty for like £3.50. That wasn't too bad. 18 zloty. Right outside of this church, just here, where we just went up, got another little square area here, but this is all basically closed. I don't know if this is like a night market or like something more during the day, and we're a bit too late in the day. This guy over here is selling like jewellery or something, and we've got a few other bits just to the left. We've got like shoes, handbags, clothing, pretty standard stuff to be honest for markets. Right over here, tinier little water feature, full of spouts in the middle. Yeah, it's not too bad of a square right here, right next to the church. It's not as great obviously as the Old Town Square, but it's still something like a little bit of an open area here as well. Just a shame that it's all kind of closed. I don't know why exactly. Like I say, it must just be a bad time of day. It's currently like 5:30, 6 o'clock, something like that, I think. My phone's on charge in my bag, so I don't actually know. I don't have any concept of the time right now as you just walk around exploring. But yeah, that was a pretty cool little church view. Oh, and on the ticket it says that your 18 zloty, I'll show the middle there, your donation goes towards for the renovation of the cathedral, as you can see right there in the middle. So they can appreciate my £3 to upkeep such a beast. There it is once more. And yeah, there was a little gnome up there as well. There's like Easter eggs all over the city. Hunting for all these gnomes, I don't know how many there are around Wrocław, but hunting for these gnomes is kind of like shooting all 200 pigeons in GTA 4. You've got to look in all nooks and crannies in order to find them all, including way at the top there, which is pretty high up. Now you look at it from below, and we just had to walk up the steps or the stairs in this little spire here, and then out the door there, and we just walked across there. And like I say, it's a bit of a leg workout. I wasn't expecting leg day today at the gym, but there we go. I thought it might have been an elevator or something, but obviously not in these old antiquated buildings here in good old Wrocław, Poland. I love this view, by the way, and like most Polish cities, just like empty-ish street with a tram coming down the middle. I just love this view. It just has like a vibe to it. I don't even know how to describe it. But there's so many recordings I have from my trips to Poland with that exact shot. In Kraków when I went in 2020, in Wrocław when I went in 2020, in God knows where else along my trips and travels here in Poland. I always get shots like that because I just think it looks cool. I barely ever use those shots in videos, but it just looks cool, and obviously I have those shots if I want them for like B-roll or something. I don't know, there's something about it, you know, just like big open street, and you just have this really nice new looking modern tram. Sometimes not so modern, sometimes pretty old trams, but in that case, little modern tram coming through, just looks clean and slick. And I don't know, I just like the view of the tram coming through this really old, like style looking street, I guess. Right here, we're coming back to the Old Town. I'm not sure what we're going to do here in the Old Town now. I kind of speed ran it a little bit, didn't I? Sped ran? What's the past tense of speed run? Sped ran, I guess. So on our little trip so far here in Wrocław, we've seen 5 little gnomes around the Old Town and up on the top of the spire of the church thing. And now you get like little people like this on the Old Town Square. Dzień dobry. Who dress up like these little gnomes. And she was a participant and waved at the camera, of course. I saw one earlier, I didn't film him, but he was like holding a heart in the middle of his hands. So it's cool little like people dress up like gnomes, because the guy I saw earlier, I thought for a second that he was like a real statue, and then he just blinked, or blunk. I don't know what the past tense of that either is. He blinked, I think is the right way. But obviously he was like 5 foot as well. Like he wasn't like a tiny little 2-inch gnome. So yeah. So I'm just kind of walking around right now in the old town, and I don't know. We've got a browar. Do we have another brewery right here in the city, like in Gdynia? When I stumbled upon the brewery there, we can go and check this one out. This is Mini Browar Złoty Pies. Is that the local Wrocław beer? I wonder. Let's go and have a little look. So we're inside the entrance of this browar restauracja. We just have on the floor more little gnomes. Alright, I'm on like the wobbliest table ever, so if the camera kind of moves a little bit, I apologise. Although to be fair, it's on a gimbal, so it shouldn't actually show any movement, even if the table does move. Anyway, we're in Złoty Pies, Golden Dog. That's the name of it right there. And they do up to 3 litre beers. I only went for 1 litre because this is it's 38 zloty. Let me just double check the prices. I mean, they change per beer. They do 6 main beers that they brew here. It's like 104 zloty or something for like 3 litre beer. Between 98 zloty and 115, depending on which beer you get. So I went for the 1 litre beer, same size that we had in Gdynia, at that brewery as well. And yeah, chin chin. Na zdrowie. I forgot for a minute what they said. Na zdrowie. Not gonna lie, by the way, like we're on the market square, like the tourist or the most touristic place you can get here in Wrocław or in any city you can get really in Poland. And this is the same price as it was at the other one we went to in Gdynia, like 38 zloty, which, how much would that be? Like £7.80 maybe or something like that for a litre of beer. Like that's pretty good going, I think, in my opinion. But like the location as well as the size of the beer and the fact that it's a really good tasting beer. I haven't even commented. I went for a beer called Boxer beer. These are all named after dogs, hence the Golden Dog, the name of the pub. They're all named after dogs. I'll show you in a second. That's a really nice beer as well. So they're all craft beers. This building we're in right now dates back to the 13th century. This building was rebuilt as well after World War II, matching its historical look. So I imagine during World War II, this building got bombed or destroyed in some way. And since 2015, it's been home to the Złoty Pies, the brewery that we're in right now. They also do food, but like I've literally just eaten, so I'm really not that hungry, unfortunately, because it kind of looks like an amazing place to eat. Then the smell, I can smell like mashed potato or something, like buttery potato. And it's just such a nice smell, and I really wish I could, one, afford to eat more, and 2, stomach more food as well. I'm trying to find the beers now to show you guys the beers on the menu. Oh no, of course.
This is a free homemade alcohol.
Oh, brilliant. Bardzo dziękuję. What flavour is this? Fruit and
tea.
Tea. Fruit and tea. Brilliant. Perfect. Thank you very much. Bardzo dziękuję. All right, we just got a free little shot. Fruit and tea shot. Oh wow, that's really good. Made in house at this brewery. So anyway, as I was about to show you, that's the first 3 beers on there. We got Boxer at the top, which is the one I went for. Golden Retriever and Pitbull. You can see the prices on there. And the 3 litre beers for 100 roughly. Well, Amstaff, Ogar, and Setter. I think I'm saying those right. I don't really know dog breeds all that well, I'm afraid. But they're the 6 dog breeds that they sell. Yeah, at least there's one beer I buy is like a really good tasting beer. Now they're giving me a free shot, probably because of the camera, probably, maybe, I would imagine. But I'll take it. Yeah, that was really nice. Now I've just got to finish off this litre beer. Which, by the way, is so heavy that it literally changes the table. Like I say, you probably can't even notice because the camera's on a gimbal, so it will stay still. But yeah, if there's any kind of shaking, it's whenever I pick this beer up. Wow, what a great bar. Do you remember in Gdynia when I was absolutely smashed after having one of these? Well, that's probably going to happen again because I've had a shot and I've also had a beer and now I'm going to have one of these. So I'll see you afterwards, I guess. So here's the fridge if you wanted to buy beer from within the brewery. And right next to it, we have something that says Wypożyczyć power bank. You can hire or borrow a power bank for so much money. I guess not borrowing, it's like a hire for the power bank if you needed it for, you know, while you're sat in here or whatever. And as we walk by, you'll see one of these 3-litre beers just on the table. Dziękuję. Hopefully you saw it. I didn't want to film too much because obviously the dudes are trying to drink their beer in peace, but there's like a massive 3-litre beer jug in the middle, and you pour your own beer into your own smaller glasses from the 3-litre beer holder container thing. So that was Złoty Pies, was it called? Złoty Pies Browar. And what a great place. Right, so here's my predicament right now. So we're in Wrocław, obviously, and I'm still very much enjoying this old town, but my bus back to Warszawa, back to Warsaw, was originally meant to be at 9:55 p.m. to get back to Warsaw for 2 a.m. tomorrow morning. It's now delayed by 2 hours, which means I'm now not leaving Wrocław until 11:55 and not getting back to Warszawa, to Warsaw, until 4 a.m. And my other issue with that is that it's now pissing it down with rain. It's not really great for the way that I'm dressed because I'm in shorts and a shirt. It's not great for my camera because it's not waterproof. It's not great for my bank because the only thing I can think of doing right now is to go drinking in bars to avoid this weather. I'm gonna have to go get another beer from somewhere. We've explored this old town. The old town is great, but I've already shown you the old town. In terms of the vlog, I don't know what to like find or do. I'll have a little look around here again, see if there's any other streets down here that we can like maybe have a look down and like explore. But otherwise, just like having a beer or something, it's like the only thing I can really think of doing right now, just to avoid this weather. By the time I've looked around anyway, I'm going to be soaked again. But I don't know. Also, the weather app says that it wasn't meant to be raining for like another couple hours until I was meant to leave originally at like 9, half 9 was when the rain was meant to start. So I was like, I don't need my umbrella today, and so far it's been fine. All of a sudden, while I was in there having that litre beer, it just started pissing out of nowhere, and so, yeah, now I'm just caught up in the rain. I then have another almost 40 zloty beer in there, another litre, because I'd be absolutely off my trolley and I'd miss my bus altogether. I wouldn't even get back to Warsaw. Yeah, I mean, mixed with like what the guy said earlier to me in the Hard Rock before I started this vlog about everything that you want to see in Wrocław is basically on this square, and there's like a few offshoots. I don't know where to go. Here's this beautiful fountain once again. Nice, 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 nice. Wowzers. So yeah, I'm just having a quick look around. We'll probably find another bar, and but then the issue is if I get any more drunk or if I just get like completely trolleyed or whatever, which is fine because I'm not like driving or anything. I don't have to be up tomorrow. I can have a lay-in tomorrow or whatever. But I mean, I do just have a drive from Wrocław back to Warsaw in a few hours, and I'm not driving. It's not like I'm going to be driving drunk or anything. Like I can just sleep on the bus. But like, I don't know. Like I may end up getting car sick or some shit. You know, like some people like when they drink and then they get in a vehicle and they just feel really dizzy. May end up getting that. We're not even seeing this side of the church. Look at that. Madness. It's not actually anywhere near as good as the other side, is it? The side we've already seen, but it's got a cool little clock face at the top there. Yeah, liking that. So, yeah, that's my only issue if I continue drinking. Like, what time is it now? Let me just... So it's currently 8 o'clock. 9, 10, 11. We've got like 3 hours to kill here. And the only thing I can think of doing right now is having drinks. Or I could just go to the bus station and wait it out. I wanted to explore Wrocław, but not in this weather. The last time we came to Wrocław in 2020, it was the same weather. It was pissing it down with rain and I had to just put up with it and get wet. And I don't mind so much getting wet now. I mean, there's been a few vlogs recently that I've had to deal with the rain. You know, when I visited Japan, in those 3 outside vlogs that I did in Japan, obviously one of the 4 videos I did in Japan, I was in a McDonald's, so it didn't matter, but the other 3 vlogs of me in Japan, pissing down with rain. Actually, 2 vlogs, because the other one was inside of the Team Lab Planets. But when I was in Japan, it was pissing it down with rain. When I was at Snowdon, climbing Snowdon, for that video, pissing down with rain. And then when I was in, when I was in Warsaw the other day, the first day I got to Warsaw, pissing down with rain. Like, I just bring this bad weather with me wherever I go, it seems. Although I will say I did have a very lovely time exploring Poland's coastline with nothing but amazing 30-degree weather that entire week. Came to Wrocław in 2020 and it was pissing it down, it was raining. Come here in 2025 and it's still the same weather. Like I say, the only issue is that this camera just isn't waterproof, and at some point if I keep vlogging in the rain, this camera's going to break, and it's not the most cheapest camera, let's just say. So just off of the main square there, right there, you see that lovely main square that we've been in for like this whole video basically. We've got this other square, smaller square, kind of similar to the other one we went to actually, but this one is open. We've got like flower stalls, we've got a nice little water. Let's go check out the water feature. We've got nice flowers, yeah. But I just want to check out the water feature, because this one looks a bit better than the other one we saw, doesn't it? The other one with all the closed markets. Yeah, this one's got like dragons on it or something. That's sick. Yeah, I love a bit of that. Literally, every stall here is flowers, 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 and flowers. Poland loves to sell their flowers. In Toruń, in Poznan, in every other city basically, you'll find loads of flower stalls. But then on this side we've got clothing, I don't know, fruit maybe, or what was meant to be fruit. It looks like fruit boxes, but they've also got like other bits as well. Jewellery and rocks and stuff. Oh, we found another gnome there. Is this gnome number 7? Dzień dobry, gnome. Jak się mówi po polsku gnome? I don't know. Is it just gnome? Yeah, it's just all jewellery, lad. And the thing is like whenever I see jewellery like that, I don't know, like to me it's just a bit tatty. Not saying that, you know, in Poland in general or anything, it's just everywhere you go, if you see something like jewellery sold in like a market or something, just to me it looks tatty, because I don't know what is good jewellery and what's not good jewellery. Just a quick spiral on the architecture here in this little square. Not as nice as the Old Town Square, but of course, how can it be? You know, with the Old Town Square being about as majestic as it is, and then this just being literally right next door to it. I really don't have a lot of money left. Like I really have to budget. And if I spend it all on beer tonight, right now, then the next few days I won't even be able to make vlogs, because I won't have any money to leave my apartment with, because I can get to central Warsaw, but then what the hell am I going to do after that? Realistically, I can only really have like 1 or 2 more beers max before I'm absolutely at that level, before I'm like, I cannot get on a bus kind of vibes, you know? Because I do not fancy getting on a bus being absolutely like shit-faced. I can't do it. Dude, drunk as me really wanted to go inside this Indian restaurant right now, but ain't no fucking way that I can go inside of an Indian takeaway, or Indian restaurant, sorry, and go and get myself a chicken jalfrezi or duck jalfrezi or whatever they do, korczak, chicken jalfrezi, which is quite a spicy curry, but it's my go-to standard because I love a jalfrezi, and sit on a bus for like 4 hours in like a few hours. That's the inside of the Indian. I really wanted to see what the Polish Indian takeaway, not takeaway, why do I keep saying that? I really want to see what the Polish Indian restaurants were like, but man, would I fucking kill for an Indian right now. Like I love Indian food so much. Check this place out. So we're just in an underground dungeon right now. We've got this shit on the wall. Got that over there, look at that, that's pretty cool neon lights, right? This is where I'm walking into right now, having a duck under these really low hanging brick ceiling. Even in here I can't stand up straight. It's bad for a tall person like me, because if I stand up straight, yeah, bang my fucking head on the ceiling and be even more brain damaged than I already am. But we've got a nice little wall here that says Soplica. I don't have a Soplica, that's a Polish vodka, flavoured vodka, which is really, really nice by the way. But I have instead Groźwiec, Polish beer. Right, guys, I've got an even worse predicament. So, not only have I been delayed and, you know, the bus getting here at whatever time I said earlier, but now it's delayed even more, and I'm now delayed by 5 hours until after I'm meant to leave. So, I don't leave Wrocław until, I think it said 2:10 or something in the morning. I can't remember now. I can't even bother to check. But I think it said I'm leaving at like 2:10. 0210, 2:10. Which means I'm in Wrocław for another ages. What time is it now? 8:20? It's 8:20 now. The bus leaves. Let me show you. I will show you. Just here if you can. It says that we're now leaving at 02:05 instead of 21:55. What's 9:55 p.m. to 2:05? 10, 11, 12, 1, 4 hours and like 10 minutes or something. So we're 4 hours, 10 minutes delayed. I was meant to get into Warsaw, and this is not even near my hotel. This is like just to Warsaw West bus station, I guess. It's called Dworzec Zachodni, like West bus station, I guess, or West station. I was meant to get originally at 2. I'm now going to be getting there at 6:10 in the morning. I then need to get another bus after that back to my hotel. I got up this morning at 5 a.m. and I was on the bus at 6 o'clock this morning heading to the main Warsaw Dworzec Zachodni, the main train station or the west train station in Warsaw, in order to get my first bus of today. My first of, I think I've had 7 buses today. And I'm going to be returning back to that train station around about 24 hours after I started. Now, I know none of that's in the vlog. I know none of my beginning of today is in the vlog, but what a long day. I'm going to definitely be sleeping on this bus on the way back. It is from Wrocław to Warsaw, 4 hour and 5 minute bus ride home. I mean, this is the sacrifice I make just to come to Wrocław, just to explore the old town for a few hours, I guess. And like to go to Krakow en route, just to explore it, as I say, just off vlog. There's a good vibe down there anyway. I've got my żywiec. This will keep me busy for a bit. This was only 17 zloty. Let me show you some conversions. So in the other pub we had, the beer was actually only 34 zloty, not 38 as I said in the other place in the Browar, which means it equaled 6.58. This one is 17. So this beer right here, standard size beer, cost me 3.29. Really not a bad price, is it? Not a bad price. And like, not being funny, but look at the, we're in an underground dungeon thing, like an underground, like I don't even know, something. We've got chill music in the background. We're chilling, relaxing, and kind of on my own in this room. I mean, there is another room over there with people in, but I've got 5 hours and then something, 5.5 maybe or something. Yo, if we actually delayed until like that time in the morning, we can go and check out the freaking neon gallery that I've been wanting to go to now for like 5 years since my previous visit here in Wrocław. So first of all, I've got to pray. I'm not a religious man, so this ain't going to do any good. But if there is a God out there, please let there not be any rain. That's my one and only request. There not be any rain by the time I finish this beer, or by the time it's night time. No rain outside. That's all I ask, because I need to walk to the neon gallery, and then we can check it out at night. And unlike in my previous vlog 5 years ago here in Wrocław, we can actually check out the neon gallery at night, not during the day, and appreciate it for like 5 seconds before we get bored and move on, basically. But that's the only wish. If there is a God out there, please don't let it be rain, because you know, I don't need there to be rain, basically. I'm going to be walking and I'm going to be even more soaked than I already am now, and you can see that I'm starting to get a bit, you know, soaked or whatever. Oh, żywiec is a good beer, but it's like the basic beer in Poland as well. It's nothing special, but it's certainly not a bad beer either. Well, so much for my prayer that I just did to God, asking for no rain. It's kind of pissing it down right now. My camera's getting wet. What the hell am I meant to do with this for the next 5 hours? I'm meant to be getting onto the bus and leaving Wrocław within the next 50 minutes. Instead, I got like an extra 4 hours and what did I say? 20 minutes left until then, when like 2 in the morning instead of 9 p.m. at night. It's raining. I've got nowhere to go. If I keep going to pubs, I'm going to be absolutely fucked. I need more food, basically, is what I'm saying, because I'm a fat shit, and also to soak up the alcohol, so I'm not going to be as wasted on the bus, because I've got nowhere else to go. I've got nowhere else to go apart from pubs and food places, because I don't want to explore the city, unfortunately, when it's like rain like this. Otherwise, I'd be happy to go down this street or go down that street. So I'm going to go into this Indian restaurant, I think. India Concept, it's called. We're going to go in here and have a chicken jalfrezi and compare it to UK jalfrezi, I guess. Oh, look at this. I finally got my curry. It's been a while. I've had to wait a bit, but I don't care because I got my chicken jalfrezi. I got my rice, I got my bread right there. Wow. Okay, it's still got a good amount of spice. Okay, this is a pretty good curry. Yeah, to be fair, there's not a lot of difference between like an English jalfrezi and this in Poland. Still just as spicy. I've asked him to make it a little bit spicier for me. And yeah, hasn't disappointed at all. This is a really good curry right here. Time is now 9:52. In 3 minutes, I was meant to get my original bus. You can see the delays right there. That's why we're here. That's why we got a beer. Got to try some of this naan bread. They didn't do like keema naan. They didn't do onion bhajis. They didn't do a lot of things that they do in the UK though. There weren't any pathias. So a little bit disappointed with that, but there was enough for me to have. Not gonna lie, naan bread is really fresh and tasty. It's like really oily, greasy, but that's exactly what you want from like an Indian naan bread. Oh, it's so good. Got bloody curry over my phone. Here's my predicament. Today's Friday. Tomorrow is Saturday. Saturday is a write-off. The next day is Sunday. Sunday is also a write-off because Sunday is just a write-off in Poland because nothing's open. Monday at like 6 a.m. I fly home back to the UK. So this is pretty much my last night in Poland, so I might as well enjoy it. So that's why I've got the beer, I've got the curry. I'm just having a good time. I think the next couple of days are going to be recovering and just chilling. Yeah, all good, thank you.
Spicy?
Yeah, it's good spice.
Good spice.
Thank you very much. Bahut dinyavid.
Okay.
Do you understand? Do you speak Hindi?
Yeah. What did you say once more time?
Sorry, Bahut dinyavid. Is that?
Bahut Dhanyavad, yeah.
Dhanyavad. Oh, okay.
But that's somebody I got it.
Okay, understood. Yeah, thank you. That's the only Hindi I know, basically. But yeah,
But
thank
you
you.
almost got it, yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's really good, thank you. Yeah, it's good spice level.
Enjoy.
Thank you very much, will do. Oh my god, this is actually a really good Indian. I'm not gonna lie, like, this is actually really top notch. What an amazing little Indian place right there. Once again, it is called India Concept here in Wrocław. I've had another couple beers. I've had the Indian food. Oh, amazing. Mwah. Amazing Indian food right there. Like I say, actually it compares a lot to the UK Indian food you get. Like UK is known for having great Indian food. I would say there's no difference really with this one. It was just a nice spice level. Also the guy in there, I was chatting with him for a bit. The fact he said he's been living here in Poland for 4 years. So the entire time I've been studying Polish, he's been living here because I've been studying Polish for 4 years. And he says that, you know, his Polish is a pretty good level. Right now it is pissing it down with rain, and I mean pissing it down right now. So I can't keep my camera out for too long because I fear that it's going to break. We mentioned earlier about the Neon Gallery. I'm not too far away from the Neon Gallery. Let's go over to the Neon Gallery now that it's nighttime here in Wrocław. Let's go check it out. Go see the neon lights at night. Hopefully the alleyway is still open. Obviously, I haven't been to this location for 5 years, so let's go see if it's changed at all, if it's the same thing. Who knows? I struggled to find it 5 years ago, but now I know where I'm going, and I remember where I'm going in my head. Let's go and check out the Neon Gallery here in Wrocław. And after that, I need to find a pub, chill for a couple hours, and then go back on the bus, head back to Warsaw. 5 years ago, when I came to Wrocław, I parked just over there in that little gap in the wall that just lit up as I pointed to it. And then I came out of that gap and I walked down there. I complained about the noise of the city just in that little square there. And down there is the Neon Gallery. I remember this shit like the top of my head or the back of my hand or whatever the saying is. And went back out in the rain. Can't believe how well I remember this considering it's 5 years ago. Like in other places I visited that I've gone back to, I just have this weird memory. I just remember places I've been when I go back to places. Like it's so weird. Like I map out cities in my head in a way that I just remember where I've been. Like I say, I remember standing at this corner. I've not watched this video back since I released that video because I find watching my own videos typically quite cringe. But I've not watched this video since I released it back in 2020. And yet, I remember standing right here moaning, not moaning, but you know what I mean, like mentioning how shit, Wrocław is quite a noisy city. I literally stood pretty much, I would say, in this spot right here. I stood roughly here and I went blah 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 blah, whatever I was talking about. Oh my god, a train goes by, or not a train, a tram goes by and a bus goes by, and I went, God, Wrocław is such a noisy city. The absolute chaos it is right here in Wrocław. It's constant noise everywhere outside. It's absolutely mental. And now, I'm here again, and there's a memory I just remembered as I'm in this area. And now, we're just going down the road to the Neon Gallery, and my lens is all messed up from the rain. I'm looking forward to the Neon Gallery. I've been waiting only 5 years for this, so hopefully it's worth it. Let's see the Neon Gallery here. It already looks like I'm part of the Neon Gallery. It's just an ambulance on a Saturday night. Here, it's a Friday night. On a Friday night, even here in Wrocław, and we're walking down this area. So we get to here, and we go this way, and we get to the Neon Gallery. Lads, look at this. You can start to see already the gallery right in front of us, and we're about to get run over by, I don't even know what car that is. Look at this, lads. 5 years ago, I came here during the day. It was like 2 in the afternoon. And I was like, where's the Neon Gallery? And the dude in the little booth over here was like, it's right above you. And now that we're here finally at night, you can see it's above. And I can almost guarantee you guys, it's not changed one bit, because I remember a lot of this. Wow. Look at that, lad. Look at that. This looks the same. And obviously now it's a Friday night, it's buzzing full of nightlife and everything. And this is the exact door right in front of me that I knocked on and asked the guy what was going on, and the guy's in there still. Obviously it's probably a different guy, but wow. I will say like this one's kind of out a little bit, but otherwise like it's a pretty cool little neon light gallery show here. I mean, to be honest, it's only like 3 or 4 like lines of words per like building, per like side or whatever. Oh, look at that, lad. Look at that. Makes me feel like I'm back in Tokyo or something. Right, we're out of here. It's pissing it down with rain too much. The neon lights right there in Wrocław. What an amazing sight. And I'm glad now that we saw it at night and not just during the day, because it looks a lot better at night with all this. Man, this bar is buzzing. Look at this bar. Should we go into this bar? I think we should check out this bar and just did it do any beers? I don't know what the hell I've walked into right now, but it seems like it'd be like some kind of club or bar or something. What kind of music to have here in a club, eh? This ain't the kind of music you get back at home. Well, I've been shocked. They only accept cash, so I'm out of this place. There's the neon gallery in the background there. It is raining. It's surprising how many kebab places there are in Poland. I swear last time I've been to Poland, there just weren't that many kebab places. Like, kebab seems like German or Turkish or something like that. And like, I've not seen them that much before in Poland. Now all of a sudden on this particular trip in the last 2 weeks I've been in Poland, it's just been kebabs. Every city and every town I've been to is pretty much just been kebab, kebab, kebab. So either I've missed them before, or like they've become a really popular staple in the Polish diet, or in the foreign Polish diet in like the last, I mean, the last time I came to Poland was only a few months ago, and I didn't recognize them then, so I don't really know what's happened since. I must have just missed them before. Like, how has kebab been a popular thing in Poland all the time? Like, let me know. I don't have a clue. We're back here. We're going back down there. We're going back towards the old town. We're going back to some bar that will accept card, because I need my card to be accepted. That's the only way I can pay for beer. I've not got that much left on my card. Once I buy, I probably have about, well, probably a few beers left. I'll probably have about 3 or 4 beers left on my card before I completely run out of money altogether. And then I don't have any of the money for the rest of my trip here. So then this is kind of like, that's why this might be my last video here in Poland. I don't have anything else planned for the next 2 days, to be fair. So let's just spend it all now on beer and whatever else, and then we'll get the bus whenever we get the bus, and then we'll get back to Warsaw at like 6, 7 a.m. and it is what it is. I've sought refuge in, I don't even know what this pub is called, but in some pub. I'm drenched right now, my hair is obviously a mess. I don't even know. We've got another Żywiec, so na zdrowie to another Żywiec. This is a great way to spend 5 hours that you otherwise would have been on a bus. I would have been halfway back to Warsaw by now. I would have been halfway back to my bed. But instead I'm still here in Wrocław, having a good time, but like kind of wishing I was kind of on my way back to bed. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Żywiec right there. That's zdrowie. And let's drink up, lads. Well, I finished in that pub, and I'm, to be honest, done with pubs, because if I carry on, I'm going to be absolutely smashed for when I get on that bus eventually in still 2.5 hours from now. I'm here still at the Old Town, but just about, because I'm about to head back to the bus station, I think, and just spend the rest of my time there. Because I've got nothing else to do here in Wrocław. It's annoying. I should have been halfway back to Wrocław by now, but instead, obviously, the bus has been delayed by 4 and a bit hours. And so obviously I've spent a lot of my time having an Indian and having some beers. I've now had like 6 beers, one of which was in the Hard Rock Cafe. Most of the others have been on the vlog or whatever. You get the idea. I've had enough beers, and for me, I don't really drink that often. And so like when I drink, it gets to my head really quickly. The fact that I'm going to be on a bus for 4 hours whenever I get on the bloody bus is going to be, you know, another issue for me to deal with. I don't want to have any more beers because it's just gonna mess with me, you know what I mean? But beautiful Wrocław Old Town right here. I love it so much. It's such a beautiful old town. This isn't even the best side, but Wrocław, beautiful, man. The architecture, everything. Look at it. At night, it's absolutely stunning, man. And this is, as I say, on the worst side. I'm not going to go check the other side because we saw it earlier on anyway. I need to go down this way to go catch whatever bus I can catch. I'm not drinking anymore tonight here in Wrocław. I'm just going to focus on getting back to the train station and then just waiting it out for as long as I need to until I get onto the bus, until it gets here. It's still stuck in Dresden in Germany. So whenever it gets here to Wrocław, then I can finally get on my journey back to Warsaw. I'm gonna go to the train station. I'm going to chill for a bit. I'm gonna grab some more food probably, knowing me, because I got hours to wait and I don't know what the hell I'm meant to do. So I'm gonna go probably grab some food. For you guys, this is literally just gonna be the next few minutes of this vlog, but for me, it's going to be the next 7-8 hours of my life. So let's see how this goes. I don't even know if I'm in the right place. Let's go. Well guys, it is currently 8:10 in the morning. I've just been through hell trying to get back here to Warsaw. I am back here. I'm on the last stretch back to my hotel right now. I'm absolutely shattered. I haven't really had much sleep at all. Long story short, at 2 in the morning when my bus finally showed up, it emptied the bus full of people and it went again without picking anyone up. There was me and a couple of other people who yeah, essentially didn't get on that bus because the bus just left without us. So yeah, I was quite annoyed, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't know how to get back, and eventually I had to go to the train station and pay I can't remember how much, like 80 zloty or something, to get a train from Wrocław back here to Warsaw, which is a 4.5-hour train. I also then had to wait an hour from the point of when that coach left, or an hour and a half actually, from the point of when that bus left us, and like we were left without anywhere, like any way to get back, to wait for that train. So I had to wait an hour and a half for that train. It got there at 3:56, I think, if I remember correctly, at Wrocław. Then a 4.5-hour train back here to Warsaw, and then I just had to get off a local bus here, which was only 5 minutes or so. And then that brings us to now, which is 8:10 in the morning. And I'm just so exhausted, just everything. I don't even have the energy right now to even be annoyed or angry or whatever at, you know, everything I've just had to go through, the nightmare of having to get here right now. I'm just kind of happy that I'm back here within reach of my hotel. I'm only around the corner now from my hotel. And yeah, I don't really want to end on a downer either, because this is my last video here in Poland, I'm pretty sure. Because of all that and the extra costs I've just had to pay, I don't have any money really to do anything now for the next couple of days. So I mean, today I'm just going to rest. I'm just going to be sleeping all day, because I've like, that's now 6, 7, 8, that's 27 hours in total that I've been traveling for, getting buses to places. And obviously, like I said, I know you haven't seen the majority of that. You've only seen it from, well, yesterday at about 4 or 5 p.m. when I got into Wrocław. All that aside, because you probably don't care, but this is going to be my last video on this trip here in Poland. And it's unfortunate for me to say, but it's going to be for, I don't even know how long, my last video here in Poland, my last trip here in Poland, for the foreseeable future, because I don't know when I'm next back in Poland. Obviously, I have a job and I have X amount of holiday from that job every year. And next year at work, it's already been taken up with other places, and I just don't have the allowance to come back here to Poland for really long at all. I mean, maybe if I find a day or two, I might come back to Poland if there's something specific I want to come back here for example, to Konotopie to see the finished result of the newest, tallest statue here in Poland. But unless there's something specific like that, I'm really not coming back to Poland. Even then, like I say, it's really down to the allowance off of work, because I've already booked off, you know, a couple of weeks for one holiday, a couple of weeks for another holiday. So like my time has already been taken up, because yeah, I mean, I'm allowed so much holiday from my work. And so yeah, next year I will not be coming back here to Poland, I don't think, because I've already got other places in mind, other places booked already. and I'm looking forward to those. But yeah, it is kind of sad that this is going to be my last video here in Poland, and this is kind of like a goodbye for now, because I don't know when I'm next back in Poland. This is the worst possible background you could have right now for me to kind of say, you know, a farewell to this country, but I just don't know when I'm next back here in Poland. But, you know, I don't know, I've been here now like 5 times in the last year, from last July to this July, because I'm filming this right now in July. From last July to this July, I have flown in and out of Poland. I think it was 5 times, maybe 6 times, but 5 different trips. The other time was for a connection flight to South Korea. So I've flown in and out of, you know, Poland quite a lot over the last year. Maybe it's a good thing I take a little break and explore the places in the meantime. I have 2 major trips left in Poland before I don't really feel the need to explore Poland in the way that I've been doing so far. And that is to explore the northeast section, to visit mostly the Białowieża section, the forest, and go and see like the wild bison and the elk and whatever other animals are lurking around there. I think that's better to do in the winter time or away from the summer anyway. And then also, which I think also would be better to do in the winter, will be to explore the southern region, the mountains basically. Most people when they go to Poland, they only go to Krakow and Zakopane. They're like 2 of the biggest places anyway. I've now visited about 45 different cities, towns, villages, whatever in Poland. I've noted them all down. I know where I've been over my years of travel here. And I still, to this day, have never been to Zakopane. I've been told by many people, go to Zakopane, it's beautiful, you'll like it, it's touristy, but you'll enjoy it. And I've just never been. So that's definitely on my next trip when I come back to Poland. The Białowieża area, just that whole east coast, to be fair, going all the way down. And then the south part of Poland as well, all throughout the mountains. And yeah, like on 2 more trips, being 1 to 2 weeks long each, probably 1 week each one would be enough to do what I need to do. I would then at that point be able to say that I visited all parts of Poland, because I visited the north and the west and central, a little bit of the south, but not much. But yeah, like the actual south, like in the mountains and on the east coast, not so much. So they're the 2 sections I want to come back to when I do come back to Poland, but that'll be at the earliest 2027. In 2025, I don't know what else I got planned for this year, to be honest. Christmas market, I'll be going to a Christmas market in Europe, that'll be nice. I don't know what else I got. I guess I'm gonna have to think of some vlogs to film in the UK, I guess. And then in 2026, yeah, I have some other places that I'm going. So I'm looking forward to it all, but as I say, it's a shame I look so terrible as well, but I've been awake for so long and I haven't been able to shower or anything, but it's a shame. But I am saying for now goodbye to Poland, a country that I do love, even though it's just stranded me in Wrocław for 6 additional hours. So it's currently 8:20 almost, or by the time I get into my hotel it'll be about 8:20, just a little bit after. And yeah, I was meant to be in my hotel at 2 a.m. It was at 2:15 a.m. to be specific when the bus left me stranded in Wrocław. So you can see how the time just kind of has really delayed me, and I'm now like more than 6 hours later than I should be back here. I'm feeling really just exhausted. But yeah, as I say, leave all that behind. It's happened now. I'm almost back in my hotel. Once I lay in that bed, I'm going to be cushy. I'm going to be happy that I'm at least laying in bed. Not so much that I'm not exploring for another 2 days, but You know what, when people go on holiday, a lot of people go on holiday just to relax and to chill. And the last 14 days or so that I've been in Poland, I've just been filming, traveling. And you've seen it all over the last 14, 15, 16 videos, however many I've released up till this point. So I'm going to take the last 2 days for myself. I'm going to take the last 2 days to relax and to chill for myself. And, you know, recuperate before I go back to the UK, because I'm almost immediately going back to work and whatnot. So yeah, I'm going to take it for myself and let that be that, and just enjoy whatever I can, because there's not much more of Poland that I will be exploring from now for this trip. And like I say, it'll be a goodbye from Poland for now, a goodbye in the sense that I will not be coming back to this country for at least 1.5 years. You know, I won't be back until at least 2027, but we'll just have to see how things go. To be honest, I would love to start visiting other places in Europe anyway. There's other countries I haven't been to. I've been to maybe half of the European countries, the other half I've not yet explored, especially the Balkan states, and there's some other places I've not been to, of course, as well. And I'd just like to kind of explore a bit more of Europe, to be honest. I've seen a lot of Poland, but I still will come back to Poland at some point. I just don't know exactly when, to finish off the remainder of Poland, because I do enjoy this country a lot. And obviously, I'm still going to continue studying the language. I'm going to leave the video there, guys. Thank you so much for watching all of these videos in this series, especially coastal Poland. That was a real fun trip, a real fun part of this trip. And I think I'm just exhausted at this point. So it's been a pleasure giving you these videos, and probably working my ass off to get them edited and uploaded in time and that. But yeah, it's been a pleasure. Thank you guys so much. And until next time, Poland, do zobaczenia. Pa pa!